The All Women Entrepreneurship Circuit Canada, or AWEC, is a nonprofit organization in Kingston that supports women entrepreneurs and has among its member community local women artists that contribute to the thriving artistic scene of Kingston. My guest today is AWEC member, award-winning Quinte West-based artist, Briana Godden of Lady Brazen Studios. Hi, Briana.
Hi, Lev. Thank you so much for having me.
Who is Lady Brazen Studios? Can you tell us about your art?
Yeah, so I'm the artist and owner behind Lady Brazen Studios, which is a home-based studio in Quinte West, so not far from Kingston where I have family, and I also like to showcase my artwork really regularly. So I make large-scale paintings like this right here. This is a 30 by 40 inch painting called The Corporate Grind. And kind of like you would remix your favorite song, what I like to do to paint is remix images and make them into something entirely new. All my pieces start with a digital collage, and then I freehand paint them onto very large canvases. And from there, I'm able to take a photograph of the finished artwork and scale it down into limited edition print series and like art cards and bookmarks and things like that.
Do you call this realism?
I would say it's a mix of, yeah, it's almost like a fusion of surrealism and realism. So you have this current that runs through a lot of my work, which is the black and white and the color together. And it kind of creates this really unique, cool fusion where, yeah, it's just this explosion of color and a really unique, like, central theme, and it creates this really cool artwork.
So where do you get your inspiration from?
I think it's partly images that speak to me, like if it's something that like I really want to convey the energy of the original reference photo and I'm working with that photographer, I'm finding something really cool, I want to convey that that emotion behind what inspired me about that picture. So I'm really trying to capture the essence behind the reference photos I'm working with, but then expanding on them. So for example, this is a work in progress here, which is a 30 inch by 15 inch piece. It's untitled as of right now, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to call it, but basically it's kind of thematically linked with a lot of my work. So it's a central character in black and white, and he's kind of bringing this big wave of big energy and color behind him. So it's about, yeah, coloring your own world, essentially.
So, like, for example, this one, is this a like real person coming from some, like, you know, you get that inspiration from an actual person?
Yes, yeah.
And okay.
And so I'm altering the photos and I'm digitally imposing it in either new landscapes or with various elements that I think will complement the original reference photo. So in a lot of my work, for example, I'm incorporating like floral motifs or like various images that kind of work together really well and create something entirely new, and then I'm freehand painting everything.
Like the Kingston City Hall, that is so beautiful.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so this was a painting I
beautiful.
did about a year or so ago, and you'll notice it too, because I know, Lev, you own a copy of it.
I own a copy. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. So you took a picture of this?
Yeah, it was an original reference photo, and then what I did is I digitally imposed the flowers into the scene, and I really wanted to get kind of a bug's eye view, and like you want to look up and get the sense of the imposingness of that structure, that iconic Kingston landmark that we all recognize and love. Because when we're seeing reference photos of that Kingston City Hall, we often notice it's either straight on or like from above, but I really wanted to get a unique view where we get that sense of grandeur from
like from the
structure.
ground, capturing the tulips, right?
Yeah.
So do you have a favorite subject?
Right now it seems to be the reference photos that I'm working with are of people in these kind of extraordinary scenarios. So whether it's like skateboarders or surfers or painters, yeah, all kinds of people just doing everyday things, and I'm finding a way to twist that into something extraordinary. So it's really about elevating that central reference photo and just giving it an extra vibrancy and pop that really makes it come alive. So yeah, I'm really excited to see where this body of work takes me, but again, they all kind of have that same theme of the black and white with the color, and that's been the direction my artwork has been taking in the last 2 years or so as I build a body of work for my first ever solo show, which will be in Belleville in 2026. So I'm super excited for that.
Wow. So let's talk about Briana, the entrepreneur.
Sure.
So how did you transition from an artist to an artist entrepreneur?
Sure. Well, I think something that always has really bugged me is the trope that you kind of, if you're an artist, you're a starving artist. Well, that's never been the case with myself. I've always been entrepreneurial at heart, and I think it's like any other business. If you want to make any career a career, all that separates it from a hobby to making the jump into making it a career is the effort you're willing to put in. So for me, you know, it's a lot of 12-hour days, and I worked part-time for a long time to get me here, and now I'm standing on my own 2 feet and doing this full-time. So yeah, running a home studio is really gratifying, and I just recently sold a piece to my collector Jade. So if Jade is watching, thank you very much. Yeah, a large original there, and I've got another original painting that is on its way to BC very soon. So yeah, thank you. Like, again, the collectors are what make my work possible and my dream able to come to fruition.
So you started showcasing with AWEC at our pop-up markets way back, I think, 2023.
Yeah.
What made you decide to officially join AWEC as a member?
I feel like I struck gold when I found AWEC. It was like a stroke of good luck. Now, the all-women's entrepreneurship circuit is such a unique endeavor that is obviously partnered and led by you, Levisal, and you are such a powerhouse in this local community for women entrepreneurs, and I found it's such a resource for young entrepreneurial women who really want to elevate their brand and their business to the next level. So, you know, I was at a very early stage in my career and maybe a little listless and not knowing which way to go, but you know, your workshops, your lunch and learns, even the boot camp program that I'm a part of now has been completely keystone in giving me the tools that I need to just take my brand and my business to the next level.
And what do you look forward to in the next couple of weeks or days as an AWEC member?
As an AWEC member in particular, I'm really looking forward to the next boot camp session. A lot of talented women in that cohort that we're all vying for essentially it's a grant for women entrepreneurs in the local area, and we are all polishing our businesses and learning key takeaways that will help elevate our brand. So yeah, it's a great resource. In the coming days, I'll be obviously showcasing with AWEC, and then I have my solo show in 2026, and you can catch me at the Art Fest in Kingston at the end of the month. And I look forward to meeting you guys. So yeah, come on out, check out some cool artwork and connect with me. I'd love to tell you more about my art.
Thank you, Briana, for joining us today, and we'll see you at the July AWEC Summer Pop-Up Markets at Confederation Park.
Great, thanks, love, so much. Appreciate it.